I came into this physical body and it was all right. It wasn't great, but it was all right. And there's a lot of stuff around me, and some of it I liked, a lot of it I didn't like. Most of the people around me were not that happy to be here. And they took it out on each other and they took it out on me, and it wasn't very fun, and I didn't like it very much. And I got along okay, but didn't feel that great. And then I started hearing something about how I could create my own reality and I could get what I wanted. And the more I heard, the more I sort of resonated with it, and the harder I tried, the harder it was. And so I really don't get it, but I picked up a few things, and I do accept that I was non-physical before I came here, because anything else is illogical. And so I do know that something about me existed before this physical body existed, and it is logical to me that that part of me, that perspective, that God-force part of me, that soul, humans have called it lots of different things, could still be existing at the same time and could still be aware of me. And then the idea that I'm really two perspectives, but I want to argue about that because I only know this perspective, and that's all right. I only know that perspective, but sometimes I get glimpses of a broader perspective, but it's not steady enough. It doesn't feel real. This feels real. That doesn't feel real. But I can accept its existence, and I would like it to feel more real. And it does make sense to me that when I know what I don't want, I know what I do want. But Abraham, the part that I'm stumbling over is that I can't figure out why I can't just get what I want. If I'm worthy, and you say that I am, why can't I just get what I want? Why do I have to work so hard to come into alignment? And we say, because your now reality has fascinated you. You're obsessed with it. Your seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching is so vivid. You talk to each other so much, and you put so much airtime into that, and you did it without contemplating the law of attraction, which says you get what you think about. You get what you think about whether you want it or not. So when I put that into the equation, I feel a little bitter, Abraham, to be true with you, because how am I supposed to not notice what's around me? And now you're telling me as I notice what's around me, I'm just going to get more of that. How fair is that? And we say, would it be more fair if someone else was creating your reality? Would it be more fair if somebody else got to decide who you should be and what you should be, and so they're just making the decisions? Then what's the point of you being here? Oh, I get it. So I am the creator of my experience. Yes, and you're doing a good job. You're in the process of figuring out what you want. And the law of attraction is responding to that. You have created a vibrational reality that is real. We would be willing to stay here all day with you if we thought that a longer conversation would bring you to the place of accepting the reality of this. We would offer as many words as it takes to bring you to the place of accepting that that reality is on the brink of bubbling into your experience. Just like 1 minute Esther didn't even know that house existed, and the next minute she's inside of it, and it's all the things she's thought and dreamed and hoped for and wanted and thought about. It's incredible what's in that house. Nobody should have created a house like that. It doesn't even seem possible to her that all of those details are there. And 1 minute she didn't know about it, and the next minute she owned it. Now she wants to say to you, it existed, it was there all along. I just didn't know it. But it wasn't ready for me because the people who built it still wanted to live in it. But in nearly the minute they decided that they didn't want to live in it anymore, and they put it on the market, almost in the exact moment, Esther would say to you, I got this feeling. Think I'll look for something in the area. That's how it works. Your inner being knows, and this is the last thing that we want to say to you, and we know that you can take this in. be easy for you to hear this. Your inner being, you know about your inner being? Do you believe that you have an inner being? Your inner being knows where you are in your physical body in relationship to everything you want. Your inner being knows exactly where you are. And your inner being knows what your doubts are, what your stumbling blocks are, what your pieces of resistance are. And your inner being knows how to guide you around them. Esther's inner being didn't say, call Tracy and tell her you're going to buy a house. That could have stopped everything early on. She just said, I'm having fun. This just feels good. It's something I'm interested in. Would like to convince all of you, especially you, that you don't have anything to prove to anyone, and that life really is supposed to be fun, and that you're doing much better than you think you're doing, and much better than this conversation implies. We've seen your vortex. We know how close you are to so many things, and the intensity of your desire, that sometimes gut-wrenching desire, is all the evidence that we need in order to proclaim to you the bigness and the readiness of all of this to hatch into your experience. And so it will just take a little bit of what humans call trust. Trust is really an interesting word because it means feel good about something that hasn't happened yet. That's the work. Feel good about something that hasn't happened yet, and then it can happen. You got to find a way to feel good about it. This is the way we describe you as a farmer. So, here, I've purchased some seeds. What is it? It's corn. Dig, 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 dig. Put it down, put it down, put it down. Put it in place, put it in place, put it in place. Water it, water it, water it. Where is it? The picture on the seed package showed corn stalks this high and showed it. Where is it? I don't see it. Now, this is a silly analogy because you know the power of the seed in the corn. You know the life force that is in the corn. You know that process. We're wanting to convey to you the process of the vibrational reality that is like that. It will manifest into your experience as surely as that seed will come to be a stalk that gives you something to eat. You've just got to accept that there's a process for that too. And you've got to be a better farmer, a more trusting farmer, a less impatient farmer, a less blameful farmer, a less feeling of the injustice of the world farmer. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. We'll see you tomorrow. There is great love here for you. And for now, we are complete.